Nigeria. Happy Sunday to everyone watching. I am Becky Madujemu. Big thanks for joining Newsline. The program is going to look like a festival from across Nigeria. You'll get to watch kings, nobles, and beautiful people celebrate their heritage with pomp. The horses and their riders will be putting up quite a colorful show. Then there will be merrymaking and dancing to complete the traditional frenzy. The children too will be giving the adults a run for their money in the cultural parade. You will totally love the ethnic presentations. We also have space to tackle fundamental issues like widowhood and how the tide is turning for Nigerian women in this category. Then couples with demanding jobs will reveal how they strike a balance on the home front without falling apart. We have so much ground to cover this week after Lydia Orchi is done with tonight's news. Over to you, Lydia.
Many thanks, Becky. Welcome to the news segment. The APC now has new executive committee members following the successful conclusion of the 2018 National Convention. President Muhammadu Buhari is reassuring Nigerians that the governing All Progressives Congress will not shirk its responsibilities in service delivery until the country takes its rightful position among Committee of Democratic Nations. I'm now being joined in the studio by Ibrahim Dasuki Salihu Nakande, former Minister of State Information and Communication. He is the Deputy Chairman, Media Subcommittee, 2018 APC National Convention. We thank you for joining us in the studio.
Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you. You're welcome. Now, what was the preparations for the National Convention just concluded like?
Well, thank you very much. The preparations were top gear because we had just a little over 2 weeks to be able to put up the success story that we saw today, between yesterday and today for the All Progressives National Convention. The National Planning Committee of the convention itself was headed by no other than the Governor of Jigawa State, His Excellency Muhammadu Badaru Abubakar, who had entirely worked for more than 48 hours without sleep to ensure that the success that we saw today at the convention was very, very successful.
We thank God for that. Now, what would be your assessment of the APC convention?
Well, I think that arising from the challenges that we had during the concluded congresses of the party, from the ward to the local government and to the state levels, the success, at least from what the naysayers were saying, I think we are very perfect in coming up with the kind of success that we saw at the conclusion of this convention.
Okay. Now, with the new ESCO in place now, what does this portend to the party as well as delivering the dividends of democracy to Nigerians?
Well, number one, I must say that we came out of this convention more united, strong, and prepared to meet the challenges of governance for the conclusion of the first term of Mr. President and also to face the 2019 elections. You have to understand that in the convention itself, we had about 47 positions to fill, but close to about 80% of them, there was a lot of horse trading and there was consensus. So the entire convention itself was seamless. It was crisis-free. And you saw from the speeches of all our leaders that spoke, Mr. President himself, the Vice President, our leader, Asuwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Senate President, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives. I think at the end of it all, yes, there were losers, but we had winners. And the winners are working for everybody, like our chairman said during his speech. That is the national chairman of the party, Comrade Adams Oshimoli. I think we are stronger now, more united, more focused, And I think we'll win the elections come 2019 without any hitch.
We look forward to that. Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yeah. We've been talking with Ibrahim Dasuki Salihu Nakande, and he is the Deputy Chairman, Media Subcommittee of the just concluded 2018 APC National Convention. A call has gone out to members of the All Progressives Congress APC to ensure that unity prevails in the party. Some of the leaders, amongst them Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, at the close of the 2018 National Convention, says working together as one is required for the task of better service to the nation. State House correspondent Jide Onifade has that.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, who highlighted the achievements of the party within the 3 years of its coming to power, says the nation expects so much from the party, hence the need to remain as an indivisible entity.
We're doing far more with very much less. All that is left for us as a party is to remain united, to heal the wounds, to redress the grievances, with an understanding that the Nigerian people who voted us into office expect us to fight for them, not amongst ourselves. Our people know, and all of our people know, our honesty of purpose. They know, and they have no intention of going backward. They know that it is forward ever and backward never.
Senate President Bukola Saraki and Speaker, House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara all stressed the need for oneness in the party.
As full as this place is, there are those who should be here who are not here. We need everybody. We want everybody so that we can carry on with the assignment that Nigerians have given us. I say this with all sense of responsibility, with all sense of purpose, that the intention of all of us is to make Nigeria better.
It's important that the leadership of the newly elected executives create opportunities, equal opportunities for the weak and the strong. Like I said, challenges will come, but we'll always rise against them. And I want to charge you also to maintain the culture of democracy, which is conflict, compromise, consensus, and progress.
They are confident that with the new officers now on board, the task of moving the party and the nation ahead will be smoother. From Eagle Square in Abuja, Jide Onifade, NT News.
Meanwhile, newly elected members of the National Working Committee of the All Progressives Congress, led by the former Edo State Governor, Comrade Adams Oshomole, have been inaugurated. Party leaders urged the new leaders to align themselves with the policies of President Muhammadu Buhari in their affairs of running the party. Salihu Abdullahi reports.
This is the mood of the delegates as the results of the convention are being announced several hours after voting.
To declare Barrister Isamu
21 members of the APC National Working Committee who were successfully elected during the keenly contested election immediately took oath of office.
Adams Aliu Oshomole, solemnly swear, do solemnly swear.
Chairman of the Convention Electoral Committee, Governor Abubakar Badari, says out of the 60 aspirants, 33 took part in the election, while 27 positions were unopposed. While some are newly elected, others are re-elected. The new leadership has a new vision for the growth and development of the party and for its victory in future elections.
If we give positive effect to these commitments, then to the extent that all those who contested are members, they will benefit from the leadership that has just been elected.
Nigerian women should expect inclusiveness.
Senate President Abubakar Bukola Saraki has stressed the need for freedom of the press, especially in emerging democracies like Africa. He was speaking when he hosted delegates to the 2018 World Congress of the International Press Institute to a farewell dinner. Ignatius Unko has that.
was basically to congratulate the delegates on the successful conclusion of the 2018 World Congress of the International Press Institute that Nigeria just hosted. The evening meeting was a roll call of media executives from all over the world. The host, Senate President Bukola Saraki, seized the opportunity to harp on the role of the media in democracy, which he says can be achieved by a free press. He implored Nigerian media to always be proactive, especially in the protection of human rights.
You will agree with me that it is important, especially at this particular time of ours, that in as much as we do focus on journalism, we must focus on getting it right and ensuring that accurate and responsive journalism do take place.
The need to explore Nigeria's strategic position in Africa to reposition the journalism profession in the continent also came to the fore.
The staff of the Senate President should take a bow for arranging this dinner so brilliantly.
The dinner also availed them the opportunity to stretch their nerves, as well as see some of the cultural dances of Nigeria. Ignatius, NTN News.
Still on the press, the advent of social media, no doubt, has been contributing positively to information dissemination. However, discussants at the African Media Forum organized by the International Press Institute, IPI, said the digital space is experiencing a lot of disruption, promising to continue to ensure credible information gets to the people. Adebola Brooklyn Sunday reports.
Is one of the activities of the 2018 International Press Institute World Congress, anchored by Chairman Camera Peaks Kenya, Salim Amin. Discussants, Chairman, Channels Media Group Nigeria, John Momo, and Juliet Ahimwa, the country director of Google in Nigeria, educated the audience to be change agents as Africa looks into the future of its journalism. Juliet Ahimwa said the scourge of fake news and hate speech cannot be fought from outside.
These platforms cannot create content. The content needs to be created by people. The stories need to be told by people. One of the things that we really try to evangelize is the fact that it's very important to be able to be part of the conversation.
People will look at stories, get their stories from social media, but then they need to reference check with the traditional media to know if it is true. Because things are going to even get worse as we edge towards the 2019 elections.
The institute, founded in 1950, has members in over 120 countries. Adebola, Brooklyn Sunday, NTA News.
And now to security matters. The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, has commended the research and development initiative of the Tactical Air Command in Makurdi, not only for developing cutting-edge technology in maintenance and repairs of platforms, but also upgrading equipment for effective air deployment. The Air Chief stated this while on an operational effectiveness visit to the command. Olajide Bello has details.
That was the display of combat readiness of the newly renovated Mi-35P helicopter and F-79I aircraft inducted into the theater of operation for providing air support to ground troops in fighting insurgency, armed banditry and headers attacks under the operations Deadly Strike and Hard Knock. The operational effectiveness visit by the Chief of the Air Staff to the Tactical Air Command in Makurdi, Benue State also availed the Air Chief the opportunity to get first-hand information from headquarters of Operation Wild Stroke and interact with personnel deployed for operations. Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar says about 300 Special Forces personnel were deployed with an array of Mi-35 helicopter gunships and intelligence, reconnaissance and surveillance platforms to bring an end to security challenges in Benue State.
I wish to restate our commitment to ensure that Benue State and indeed the country at large is rid of all forms of criminality which adversely affect our economic, social and political well-being.
And the need to address the welfare matters of Nigeria Air Force personnel informed the Chief of Air Staff decision to embark on elaborate base accommodation upgrading nationwide.
He commended President Muhammadu Buhari for creating an enabling environment for the Nigerian Air Force to carry out its constitutional responsibilities. From the Tactical Air Command in Makurdi, Olajide Bello, NTA News.
From Makurdi to Jos, still on security. Sequel to the attack in Gashis district of Barkin-Ladi local government area yesterday, 23rd June 2018, the Commissioner of Police Plateau State Command, Jos Onde Ade, after deploying more personnel to the district, sent a search and rescue team from the command headquarters today for on-the-spot assessment. A statement by the Plateau State Police Command says, after a careful search of the villages attacked in the district, the following were discovered. 86 persons altogether were killed and motorcycles burnt, as well as 2 motor vehicles. Meanwhile, Plateau State government has imposed a dusk-to-dawn curfew on Riom, Barkin-Ladi and Jos South local government areas to avert a breakdown of law and order. Still from Jos, the University of Jos has conferred on the Executive Vice Chairman, Nigerian Communications Commission, Professor Umar Dambata, with the honorary degree of science. The conferment was at the 29th and 30th convocation ceremony of the university. Kim Gotts has the report.
Outstanding performance of Professor Dambata in the telecommunication industry earned him the prestigious degree of Doctor of Science by University of Jos.
Doctor of Science, honorary Hausa. The rights and privilege attached to it.
Professor Dambata described the award conferred on him as recognition of excellence to humanity and dedication of service to restore the nation's economy.
I feel really accomplished, that I have accomplished in a very modest way what I have set out to do. Even though I have not really completed my task, but looking back to the years we have spent at the helm of affairs in the Nigerian Communications Commission, I think the accolades, the awards, the recognitions attest to the fact that we must have done something worthy of commendation.
Among those conferred with the honorary degree are His Royal Highness John Malo Safbutura with the degree of Doctor of Engineering and Sir Mike Okiru with the degree of Doctor of Law. Earlier, Vice Chancellor of the University of Jos, Professor Sebastian Maimoko, while speaking at the convocation, said the institution is committed to the development of the nation and realization of the national economic recovery and growth plan of the present administration.
The University of Jos will continue to deploy relevant and technology-driven learning tools to improve the quality of education. The goal, of course, is to produce graduates that have the relevant skill sets and relevant for the 21st century.
A total of 18,349 graduates received their certificates of bachelor degree, master's and PhD at the combined convocation ceremony. In Jos, Kim Gotts, NTA News.
Our next report from Russia says, culture as a tool for social cohesion is capable of creating and sustaining enduring peace, unity, and development among nations. This played out at the ongoing 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia as the National Council for Arts and Culture mounts Nigeria's pictorial football history. Gabriel Odu brings us up to speed with an exhibition in Moscow.
Showcasing the best of Nigerian arts and crafts and mobilizing about 3 million cultural proudly supporters, the Director General, National Council for Arts and Culture, Otumba Olusegun Ronshowe, is convinced Nigeria would have made a cultural statement in Russia.
People, you can see what we have here is Nigerian footballers from 1949 to date. Those that make Nigerian tick in terms of football.
Friends of Nigeria and Nigerians in Russia have been visiting the Cultural Exhibition Center to appreciate and know more of Nigeria's football history. The exhibition will be on throughout the duration of the 2018 FIFA World Cup. In Moscow, Gabriel Udu, NTA News.
Still more on the World Cup. Senegal failed to maintain tempo in a 2-2 draw against Japan as England recorded their biggest win at the World Cup. Adiola Mokive has details on our World Cup update.
It is match day 11 of Russia 2018 and about 31 matches have so far been concluded. This means the World Cup has gone halfway through. The network service of the